Have you ever woken up from a dream and asked yourself what it truly meant? Not in a superficial, symbolic sense, but in a way that shakes your understanding of self? Carl Jung would argue that dream interpretation is not about predicting the future, but about uncovering parts of yourself you've buried, ignored, or forgotten. And here's the radical idea. Every person, every image, every strange scene in your dream is you. Jung didn't think dreams were random or meaningless. He believed they were messengers, not from some mystical place, but from your unconscious, a realm within you that doesn't speak in words, but in symbols. And those symbols carry truths that your waking mind may not be ready to face. Think of a dream not as a fantasy, but as a conversation between your conscious ego and the deeper parts of your psyche. Jung wrote that the psyche speaks in images, poetic, indirect, symbolic, and it uses your dreams to compensate for the imbalances in your waking life. Let's begin with the basics. When you dream of someone familiar, say your father, Jung would ask, what part of you is he representing? Is he showing up as strength, authority, or control? Or as neglect, fear, and judgment? Maybe he's not your father at all. Maybe he's the part of your psyche that you're trying to reconcile. The inner critic, the protector, the punisher. This is not just metaphor, it's method. Dreams are dramatizations of your inner landscape. Jung believed the psyche constructs each dream scene from within. So even the villain, even the background characters, even the weather is you. The angry boss, your inner taskmaster, the abandoned child, your own unmet needs. The dream house, a symbol of your psychic structure. Your unconscious is the stage, and you're playing every role. So when you dream of arguing with a stranger, you're witnessing a conflict between parts of yourself. When you see someone fall, you may be watching your fear of failure. When you kiss a long-lost lover, maybe it's a longing to reconnect with a lost piece of your emotional life. Now, this isn't to say everything is exactly literal. Jung warned us, never analyze a dream like a puzzle to solve. Instead, experience it. Sit with it. Dialogue with it. It's not a code, it's a mirror. Because the dream is smarter than your ego. Jung believed that dreams reflect the four main aspects of the psyche. The persona, the mask you show the world. The shadow, the traits you repress or deny. The animus, your inner feminine masculine force. The self, the full integrated totality of your being. Each of these shows up in dreams, sometimes clearly, sometimes disguised, but always with a message. Say you dream of running from something. What are you avoiding in your life? A difficult conversation? A truth about your own behavior? In Jungian terms, the chase could symbolize your shadow, the rejected aspects of yourself that demand your attention. And if the thing chasing you morphs, it might be showing how that fear changes shape, depending on how you deny it. Dreams of flying might represent ego inflation, a belief you've become untouchable. Or perhaps they point to a desire for freedom you've been suppressing. If you keep dreaming of your ex, ask yourself, is this really about them? Or is it about what you became when you were with them, or what you lost when they left? Jung was fascinated by recurring dreams. He believed they were evidence that your unconscious has something vital to say, and it will keep saying it until you finally pay attention. Let's go deeper. One of Jung's most powerful contributions to psychology was the concept of the collective unconscious, a layer of the psyche that stores universal themes and symbols shared across humanity. These are not personal memories. They are archetypal patterns, and they appear in dreams, as familiar characters. The wise old man, inner guidance or intuition. The great mother, care, nurture, or overprotection. The trickster, chaos, humor, subversion. The hero, you're striving for wholeness. These archetypes are not fictional. They are structural. They appear in myths, religions, stories, and your dreams, because they reflect the architecture of the human mind. They show up when your psyche is undergoing transformation, when you dream of a temple, a forest, or a mirror. Jung would say you are encountering symbols of spiritual insight, inner wildness, or self-reflection. Your unconscious is guiding you toward a realization. But here's the twist. These realizations often threaten the ego. They challenge your conscious identity. That's why dreams can feel uncomfortable, strange, emotional, even nightmarish. Because real transformation doesn't come with comfort. It comes with confrontation. But Jung believed the psyche has its own wisdom, and dreams are its language. He encouraged us to record dreams, reflect on them, revisit them over time, to draw them, dialogue with them. Ask, what emotion did I feel? What pattern keeps repeating? What have I not admitted to myself? The most important question is not, what does it mean? It's, what is this dream asking me to feel? Sometimes dreams are not subtle. Dreams of birth often point to new beginnings. Dreams of death symbolize endings or ego loss. Dreams of water reflect emotion. Dreams of fire, transformation. But the meaning is never universal. The same symbol can mean different things depending on the dreamer. For someone, a snake might symbolize fear. For another, healing. That's why Jung rejected one-size-fits-all interpretations. Instead, he urged us to approach dreams like art. Not to reduce them, but to experience them. Your unconscious doesn't care about being logical. It cares about being true. Jung went so far as to say that ignoring dreams is ignoring the soul. Because every unresolved emotion, every silenced intuition, every buried desire eventually reappears in dreams, in symptoms, in relationships. What we push away comes back disguised. That's why people often report having breakthrough insights in dreams. A problem solved, a truth revealed, an emotion finally felt. The unconscious is always working to restore balance, even when the conscious mind resists. Imagine this. You keep dreaming of being trapped. Small spaces, locked rooms. Jung would say, where in your waking life do you feel confined? What belief, relationship, or identity is keeping you boxed in? Or imagine dreaming of animals, snakes, wolves, birds. These often represent instinct, the raw, primal part of you. Not wrong, not evil, just misunderstood. To Jung, dreams were not entertainment. They were sacred. They weren't trying to impress you. They were trying to awaken you. And that awakening might be the beginning of what Jung called individuation, the journey toward becoming your true self. Not the self you pretend to be, but the one you were meant to become. Here's the truth. You are not one thing. You are many. And your dreams know that. They contain the voice of every part of you that's been silenced. The child you once were. The desires you never named. The rage you swallowed. The joy you forgot. Every night, your unconscious gives you a gift. A theater of symbols. A stage where all your inner voices perform. Not to confuse you, but to reveal you. So the next time you wake from a dream, don't just move on. Pause. Ask, what is this dream trying to show me? And remember, You weren't dreaming about them. You were dreaming about you.